Number 5. California King Bed. I really like this stand's freaky ass design. Something about how it scuttles away from sight when we first see it just makes it stick in my mind. The stand's power is nothing to scoff at either. It steals and materializes memories from its targets. To get these memories, the user, Daya Higashikata, proposes a game with certain rules. In the only case we've seen, Daya told Josuke that every time he frets over her being blind, she gets a point. If Josuke can step on her shadow, the game is over, and he wins. Fretting, in this case, means going out of his way to help her, or trying to pull one over on her because she's blind. It's basically just uncovering a lie. If Daya gets a point in her game, she gets a memory. This stand could get really overpowered if Daya plays a bigger role later in Part 8, as she could really just make cheesy rules until she gets her target to do whatever she wants. Since secrecy and finding more about the past is such a big deal in Part 8, I'd say we can count on this stand being developed further. Number 4. Dirty deeds done dirt cheap. This is hands down my favorite design of any stand. It's got a simple exterior with sort of a baseball stitching power or pedals lining it. It's also got huge ass horns. I really like the simplistic stand designs in JoJo, if you couldn't tell. I like my users elaborate, and their stands digestible, I guess. Anyway, filthy acts at a reasonable price can travel between parallel universes by being stuck in between two objects. By bringing itself and a target into a parallel dimension, it can bring the original world target and the alternate world target face to face. When this happens, the target and his counterpart fuse and destroy each other. The other Valentine, of course, is immune to this and can pass D4C onto alternate versions of himself as many times as he needs. If he's about to die, no problem. Just go get another Valentine. Jesus Christ. Number 3. Sky High. When I first saw this stand, I was flipping my shit. I've got a pretty big thing for fake animals, and the rods are some of my favorites. Sky High has a remote control for the cryptids, rods. In JoJo, rods feed on heat. By concentrating a swarm of these indetectable animals near, say, an engine, the rods can sap the heat and shut the engine down. This works for machines, fire, people, anything that's hot. It's really an out there ability, even for JoJo. If this stand didn't have to go up against a JoJo, it probably could have beaten most other stands. By telling me a lie, without a reason why. Number 2. Soft Machine. Another one you probably forgot about. I think that Soft Machine is the perfect stand to show somebody who has no idea what stands are. Nut Chariot over here has more of a utility stand, I'd say, but it can do some decent damage. With its sword, it can poke holes in people and objects, deflating them. Its power is weird, and it can be used in even weirder ways, such as layering a deflated boat on top of a normal one so that the user can hide in the deflated boat's deck. It can get kind of confusing, but that's the beautiful thing about it. It's what makes it special from a normal superpower. It's what makes it a stand. Number 1. Soft and wet. Sporting a badass design, a Jojo as its user, and a solid power, Soft and Wet is my favorite stand so far. Just like my man Jotaro, I really like nautically themed shit, and I'm all about the gay sailor themed Gappy and his stand. It's got a pretty simple golden robot design, and with an anchor on its chest and a head that calls back to this. A big plus to Soft and Wet is its badass shoulder pads. More stands should have them. Its power is simple: plunder. That sums up what it does perfectly. It can steal an object, a property, such as sound or sight, water from one's body. The possibilities are really endless. I really love the type of stand that Soft and Wet is. It takes a simple, one-word concept and completely stretches the definition to hell and back. I kind of hate to have a main JoJo stand as my number 1, and it hurts even more that it's not my favorite JoJo stand. But I can't help but love how fleshed out Soft and Wet is. It's only going to get better from here on, and I can't wait to see how it develops. Just as long as it doesn't get too stupidly overpowered, it'll probably stay at the top of my list for a good while.